first Southeast Asian student for OrgaNizing conference season is a 3-day 2-night conference aimed to bring Southeast Asians from across the United States to UCLA to discuss community-based issues and to understanding how can we best advocate for our community.
Season will consist of 2 main workshop rounds along with a big workshop. We want to focus really on learning about the community conditions that affect the Southeast Asian community, as well as learn how to advocate. So our first round will be about different issues affecting the community, such as immigration issues, LGBTQ+ issues, and different community conditions like that. Our second workshop will consist of advocacy techniques and practices such as community organizing 101 or storytelling as a form of advocacy. And our final workshop will be hosted by a top organizer in the Southeast Asian community, looking at long-term strategies for sustainable organizing and activism.
I want attendees to leave this conference with a greater understanding of issues impacting the Southeast Asian community, as well as the tools that they need to better advocate for community conditions. Above all, I want attendees to leave this conference knowing that they have a network of support among Southeast Asians no matter where they go.
I'm really excited for season because I can't wait to meet other Southeast Asian students and community organizers so that we can learn from each other and grow as a community.
I'm a part of season because I want to get involved with learning how to effectively advocate for the community conditions present within our Southeast Asian community.
For the season conference, we want to be able to address a multitude of different community conditions in which we want to highlight a few. First, we have immigration, so that relates to the refugee status, deportations, and also the exploitation of labor. Second is access to higher education. That also includes making sure that our communities are able to come to four-year institutions and then being able to retain themselves and be able to graduate within 4 or 5 years. But in a complement to that, we want to make sure that we highlight ethnic studies because we want to make sure that Southeast Asian studies is prioritized. Third, we want to make sure that we address LGBTQ issues just because that's an overlooked population within the Southeast Asian community. And we want to make sure we highlight our queer and transgender community members and be able to make sure that we're addressing their issues. The last and final one that I want to mention for you all is healthcare. And so that also addresses the access of affordable and accessible healthcare, just because we know that it's hard for our community members to be able to get those resources and that help that they need.
I got involved in the C community because coming in as an international Vietnamese student, I just wanted a place I can call home because, you know, here it's like a foreign country. I wanted a place that I can belong to, and the C community has provided me with that.
As a Filipino person, as a Filipino American, I feel like there's so few spaces in which we are represented, and that doesn't just apply to Filipino people, it also applies to all the other Southeast Asian communities. So I really became involved in this conference so that I can help give Southeast Asian communities a voice and empower them.
Being Cambodian means a lot to me because it reminds me of the things that my family went through in the Cambodian genocide and their journey to America, and our journey, like living in America, reminds me of the people that I grew up with and our journey, like getting through life, and the richness of the culture that I'm able to have now because of what I've been able to learn from my parents and what I've learned here at UCLA.
Being Southeast Asian means that, you know, you've come from a community that's been through so much trauma but has also gained so much resilience and strength. And there's a lot of inspiration that I find in that. So I'm really proud of being Southeast Asian.